Before we dive into the fascinating world of Azrael, a reminder to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button to support our content creators. As a writer and storyteller, I find the creation process behind Azrael absolutely captivating. The unique concept of a post-apocalyptic world where dialogue is not existent and a religious sect of people have removed their vocal cords presents an intriguing challenge for both writers and filmmakers alike, and all of the worlds like existing. The most recent movie, directed by E.L. Katz, with a screenplay by Simon Barrett, unfolds in a post-apocalyptic scenario and revolves around a religious sect who have surgically removed their own vocal cords. Consequently, the storyline relies heavily on visual communication rather than spoken dialogue. The character of Azrael, played by Samara Weaving, was formerly associated with a mysterious cult, yet yearns for freedom. Accompanying her on this journey towards liberation is the charismatic Nathan Stewart. Jarrett's character Keenan. Among the unusual human elements, a significant danger portrayed in the movie involves shuffling, almost zombie-like beings that inhabit the forest and chase after any trace of bloodshed. In a conversation led by top mobs Russ Melheim, E.L. Katz, and writer Simon Barrett, shared insights about the mysterious creatures featured in their film, clarifying that they are not zombies. And those are the burnt people. Katz confirmed. Katz mentioned that these individuals were once ordinary humans, but due to an extraordinarily hot global incident, they transformed into monstrous beings. He emphasized that there remains a human-like quality in them. The Barrett clarified that they aimed to avoid making the burnt people resemble zombies or monsters. Instead, they wanted to portray characters who had endured a fire. In our concept, we aimed to strike a balance, not too similar to zombies or monsters, but maintaining a hint of humanity in their movements. According to Barrett, the events depicted in the film Azrael are understood by its characters as a religious event akin to the rapture. In essence, the characters within this movie perceive the events as a religious catastrophe, similar to the biblical rapture experienced by Christians, which has left the earth barren and populated only by a few sinners. Barrett tends to lean towards interpreting a post-apocalyptic movie from a theological perspective instead of a literal one. Though I don't personally identify as deeply religious, I tend to favor the biblical concept of the rapture. I've always found it intriguing to envision a post-apocalyptic storyline from a more spiritual perspective rather than a literal one. The storyline of the film unfolds approximately 2 centuries following the initial fall of humanity, as the author verified skills. For 200 years, there was a thought about, including a brief introduction stating the time period. We questioned if it would be beneficial. And in contemporary times, it seems as if we are hurtling forward energetically towards a scenario that bears resemblance to the apocalyptic depiction found in the movie Azrael, according to the director E.L. Katz. 1764 We were at 1760, which is equality to glance at the latest news updates. It seems we're rapidly hurtling towards an uncertain future. Moving along with his line of reasoning, Katz compared the turmoil worldwide to a continuous sense of an unending catastrophe unfolding army. We find ourselves repeatedly falling into patterns of behavior that resemble ongoing conflicts, regardless of whether they're driven by personal grievances or deeply held beliefs. Apart from its post apocalyptic setting, an intriguing aspect of the movie lies in the fact that no one speaks. The plot unfolds around a group of individuals belonging to a religious order who have voluntarily removed their vocal cords. Barrett mentioned that crafting a movie without dialogue wasn't particularly hard for him, but he found the main hurdle was making the script visually appealing compared to traditional screenplays. In essence, writing a screenplay isn't excessively challenging once you accept that the script won't resemble traditional reading material. Typically, when composing a screenplay, one aims to intersperse dialogue extensively, since it's what agents and actors primarily focus on navigating. Nevertheless, from a cinematic standpoint, the obstacles became significantly greater. Having as production commenced, Barrett acknowledged that the film was becoming increasingly complex than originally planned, with director E.L. Katz concurring. The writer found relief when Samara Weaving joined the cast as the lead character. Once they got Samara Weaving for the lead role, the writer felt less anxious. He reassured us, saying, "There's no need to concern ourselves with misinterpretation of Azrael's emotions, sentiments, or mental state." Uh, Upon learning she was playing Azrael, I felt instantly relieved since I knew Samara Weaving would effectively portray Azrael's emotions, thoughts, and feelings without the need for heavy exposition. Um, her ability to express through her eyes makes a significant difference. And honestly, it's hard to envision this film succeeding without her in the role. Azrael lands in Peters on September 27. Horror fans should make sure to take some deep dives into these other terrifying stories. Megan Fox's subservience removed Megan-like scene reveals movie director and his strange darling of true story. Real life influences addressed by director. Uh, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Jen.